A new California bill is looking to absolutely stop house flipping in the state of California. What is up, guys? Zach Ginn here.
Rick in here.
And we just want to break down really quick a brand new bill that might pass. It might not. I don't think it's going to pass. But
I don't think it's going to pass.
if it passes, it could change the entire real estate investing landscape in the United States. Because if it happens in this state, maybe other states that are looking into real estate regulation could change a lot. This is Assembly Bill 1771, authored by Chris Ward from San Diego. He is looking to impose a 25% tax on all profits of people that buy and sell pieces of real estate in the state of California in under 3 years. So basically, if you buy a piece of real estate and sell it, the profit between that in 3 years is going to be 25%.
Investors are just going to flee to California to take advantage of this this is insane.
I've never seen a 25% tax like this. Like, this is insane because you're going to change the way people are buying and selling real estate. Like, people that are just buy a house and sell it, like they work job to job, 3 years, it's pretty short.
36 months.
And most people are doing it. So guys, I'm telling you right now, we did a live where we kind of broke this down, and I kind of wanted to share a little more about that because this bill can change a lot. And let's kind of read on this bill and try to see what's going on with it and see if this is going to affect anything. But it's getting crazy out there. This is a new legislation that they're trying to pass. This kind of comes down to the myth of us real estate investors, not just wholesalers, but people that are buying in distressed places.
Fix and flippers.
Yeah.
Landlords, guys, you name it, it's going to affect it. In 3 years is crazy. Leave it up to California to come up with this. Honestly, there's no other state that could come up with a crazier proposal than this.
The thing is, if this happens, it could go to New York. It could go to other places. But the thing is, us real estate investors are cash buyers. I mean, we're wholesalers here. We're the ones that fix up distressed properties, make it better, and improve property values. This is a lot of the myth. Now, I'm not talking about political parties, but there's a big myth out there that us investors are the reason why property values are skyrocketing. Not because we just injected so much money in the economy and that's how inflation works. I'm telling you right now, guys, this bill's getting insane. And if this passes, this might change a lot. Let's kind of break it down. Basically, in wholesaling real estate, in house flipping, a lot of people blame rising housing prices to investors, which is a big myth. It's a big myth, right? Like, but a lot of people attribute bigger housing prices to greedy corporations and guys, it's the mom and pop person that is taking out a loan that they can't afford to overbid on a house. It's never the investor.
Yeah.
Investors never overpay on houses.
What the market allows. So,
but I'm telling you, because they're buying it cash, they're assuming the risk. But like, let me just break this down really quick because I see a lot of fear. This is going to be everywhere. You know that wholesaling is going to get banned. House flip. Literally, I saw the comment. Did you hear that California is going to ban it? Now, Frederick, I'm not making we're not attacking you on this, but like, do you see how that comment can come out as fear? Like, maybe stoking fear.
I smell a few videos floating out there about California.
Here's the thing: we're not making fun of you, Frederick. Someone probably told you that.
Oh, Frederick, and now we're all.
Let's kind of read this really quick. First of all, it's not a law, but let's read it. You know, a bill that would massively tax house flippers and speculators who buy and sell a house within 3 years has moved to the Assembly Committee on Revenue and Taxation. Now, buying and selling a house in 3 years. Let me tell you that when you had how many houses have you bought and sold in 3 years when you weren't flipping houses?
At least 10.
All the people move, right? It's you're 3 years. Are you kidding me?
3 years is insane. That's a big number.
So this is a 25% tax on all net capital gain from the sale or exchange of homes or properties. Maybe reduced if a significant time has passed. Those qualified taxpayers who buy and sell a house within 3 years would need to pay that tax. All revenue from the tax would go to the Speculation Recapture Community Investment Fund. What?
Yeah.
The Speculation Recapture Community Reinvestment Fund. That was a lot. Okay. The bill, also known as the California Housing Speculation Act, would be in effect immediately as a tax levy for all taxable years beginning in 2023 as AB 177 will result in tax change. 2/3 of each house would need to approve for the passage. Now, 2/3 is a lot. I'm going to have to say this really quick. It's 3 years. I don't see this pass. It could pass. Let's kind of read this.
First of all, 25%.
That's a lot of money. money, but like
That's obscene.
it's an obscene amount.
I mean, maybe if I was aggressive, I'd be maybe 10, 15%, but like 25 and then 3 years.
I know.
Here's my prediction. If this ever gets passed, you better get out of California as fast. Like they got their laws are so screwed up. This would literally kill the housing
Well,
market.
let's keep reading this. Like a lot of investors, like they help a lot of the bad. So let's keep reading this. So Assemblyman Ward wrote the bill to specifically target short-term investors who buy homes and other properties. What's the amount of investors buying houses versus regular people? Like it's an insanely
Regular
tiny,
people
like
do it too.
yeah, but where's the amount of investors, like the amount of house flippers versus regular buyers out there? It's so small.
I agree.
Like they're thinking like it's a big problem. Target short-term investors who buy homes and other properties, keep for some time, then sell for a profit. This includes house flippers who renovate properties to sell back, speculators who often outbid other buyers in the hopes that home prices rise significantly, and cash-only buyers. Speculators aren't outbidding. It never is like that. Speculators are the people that are moving to a new place, and the first-time home buyers are the biggest speculators of them all.
Yeah.
This is another quote. Speculators are taking gobs of tens of millions of dollars out of the community to the cumulative effect of all transactions. That's not fair for either, because the people that are left struggling are buying to get outbid 30 times trying to get into their home.
I heard that word a lot in California. It's not fair.
It would be an addition.
It's not fair. Where do you think the tens of millions of dollars go with wholesalers? They hire people in their local community to help them out. They spend it on restaurants. They make investments in their communities. Listen, tens of millions of dollars. If a wholesaler's invested or an architect invested, it still gets invested in the community. It's kind of ridiculous. So
it's crazy. Like you keep looking at this, but like this is insane. And then he kind of keeps going. He says it's the basic myth we said that cash offers are driving house prices up. He cites the California Association of Realtors quarterly index, who found that California's median price is up 17% for the third quarter.
Yeah, Florida's higher than that. So
why record lows of 40% of Californians could meet home buying only 42% could meet home buying qualification standards. It says investor buyers account for 51% of all sales in Southern California. Now, I have to look at that number. Hedge funds are buying crazy, but it depends what you call an investor buyer. But 51%.
I mean, who's going to report you? Like, how does this work? What happens if I lose money on the house?
Well, if you keep reading,
a reverse credit.
While the bill has yet to receive significant support in the assembly, yet many investors and those in real estate have come out in opposition. I smell NAR going against this, like pretty. Like, there's a lot of realtors.
Not good for NAR on this one.
And NAR's the biggest lobby. Like, I'm just telling you, so it's easily take 25% tax if passed. California doesn't even have a 25% state income tax, and like it's insane. It gets rid of mom and pop house flipping companies that renovate and generally smaller profits. You know, we got a real estate agent. Seriously though, the real solution is to build more homes and reduce vacation rentals. If you pass a law stopping all vacation rentals, which I don't agree with either, if passed AB 771, but the only number of houses investors get tax write-offs from mortgage interest, property taxes. They're talking about going after depreciation.
I'm telling you, this would drastically drop prices in California, because nobody wanted, like, every property you have to buy would have to have a 3-year hold. That's absolutely nuts.
I could stand corrected here, but this is only moved to a committee. This isn't like it hasn't even gone to a vote. I'm telling you,
there's no way, guys, because this would affect regular homeowners, and the reality is, okay, so it's based on my gain.
NAR's can eat their lunch.
I know. Why don't I just record a lien against it for all my repairs, and we'll just call it a day?
It's crazy because
there's so many ways. If you really want to get around this loophole, like I've already got a million thoughts going in my head.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't have to do it, but I don't really invest in California.
We're not going to talk about it because this is kind of a pipe dream.
Yeah. So guys, what we want you to do is read the material. I appreciate Frederick bringing it up. I'm not picking on him.
We appreciate it.
But just like read the material and try to figure it out, and then we can have open discussions. But when people grab the headlines like looking to ban flippers in California.
Do you see how the problem is? Like, we hear it everywhere. It's like ban. It's like, no, it's going to tax. We heard I'm not getting political, but like Bernie Sanders had this idea on one of his platforms, which we talked about that.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like an idea that he brought out, which like wasn't really too popular, but like it's a myth that investors, people that are buying and selling real estate, that they're trying to ban, that they're the ones who are stopping prices from going up and down. Guys, it's insane everywhere. The truth is, when you literally flood an insane amount of cash into an economy, people are going to spend that cash. It's supply and demand. You put all this cash in, prices are going to rise.
Yeah, right.
And when interest rates are 0%, it's like, the thing is, like I'll talk about this too. If you really want to stop housing prices going up, which you really don't, because most California citizens, they own real estate, right? You don't want real estate to go down. because that's most people's wealth building thing. So like you want it to keep going up. But the thing is, just build more affordable housing. And the zoning is so crazy in that state that that's stopping it. And that's the real, like we always talk bad about these legislations and the problems. The solution is build affordable housing. No one wants to do it.
But keep in mind, there's a 17% increase. You don't hear any of the counties or anybody in the state of California complaining about the real estate taxes they're collecting on that money.
No.
Which is insane. And if they do this, they will literally crush their tax base. And the state's already losing their butt. This would just make it like California is kind of an easy one. Like I'm just like whenever I hear like California and New York, you're like you got to put your seatbelt on.
But here's the thing: we love demonizing NAR. I'm the first to say we love going after like, oh, we don't like NAR to a point, but at least NAR is going to like stand and be like, okay, come on. Like this is bad for the general investor. Like it's even if it's bad for NAR,
3 years,
it's not going to pass.
25% insane.
No, I would say the problem is I think 6 months you could do it. Fine. Do 6 months if you want, but like, I don't support this.
We don't want any of it.
No, I don't think if it wouldn't even pass in California, I don't think it's going to pass anywhere around the country, but you should be aware that there are legislators in states that are thinking about this. And this will, if that passes, you have to admit it will change the way real estate wholesaling is being done, right?
I don't have a lot of confidence in it.
But if that passed, cash buyers are going to be paying a lot less because they have to suck up a 25% fee on there, but there's ways around it, obviously. But I'm just saying, guys, don't be worrying about this bill. It's so insanely crazy that I don't think it's going to get a lot of support.
Let's move on.
Yeah. So guys, don't be worrying about that. It's not going to be banned. Don't be freaking about that. But like, this comes back to the last part here.
That's why I would never. Listen, I think California is a beautiful state, but they got so many crazy laws on the books to begin with.
And here's the thing. So here's the last part about the video we want to break down before we start talking to people one-on-one. But it's like, so guys, I mean, this bill's insane. At the end of the day, I don't think it's going to pass just because of how insane it is. I just think it's going to hinder so much investment in the state of California because you got to remember, investing in a piece of real estate in the state of California, that's investing in the economy, because when you bring a property valued at $400,000, that's like a beat up vacant house. I mean, that is literally, I don't know, a mobile home in LA, right? Like, and investing that, flipping it and turning it into a $1.2 million house, that brings a new buyer in there. That actually increases the value. You can tax more. That actually brings the GDP up. When you do stuff like that, this is going to flee investment out of that state, and this could have a lot of implications. So like at the end of the day, what type of implications, if this passes, for wholesalers in the state of California?
So I think it would have the opposite effect, like you said earlier. It's going to drive down investment. It's going to plateau values and probably, push them back negative from where they were before.
Yeah.
And remember, the tax base, the state of California and their counties don't complain when, the values keep going up and up. Nobody's getting rebates on it. Guys, this thing's outlandish. What you can do if you're in California is, number one, be aware. Number two, reach out to your local Congress people, your House of Representatives, and get involved and put your voice out there. You don't need to wait for anybody to bail you out of the situation. We, the people, have the power, especially if you're in California. You need to stand up, and then you guys got to keep looking.
Yeah,
this is just the first wave of it, and God only knows what they're going to try to negotiate it down to. Stand up, because this, in my opinion, would really hamper real estate.
You see all the videos of, is wholesaling going to be banned? The end of the world. Guys, those little bans, double closed, get around it, is really easy. Just privately market to a cash buyer. This, if it gets passed, will change your like those other scare tactics you see from other people. I'm telling you, like, that's not really going to change your assignment fee. This, though, wouldn't you agree it's going to take down your assignment fee by a lot?
Yeah. And guys,
we love making fun of NAR. I feel like NAR is going to like chop this down. At most agents, they're going
to try to adapt it and nail it against like specific wholesaling via assignment and stuff like that. But this is interesting because this isn't actually wholesale specific. It's entire like real estate in 3 years, guys. I don't know about you, but I buy and sell properties all the time personally, well under 3 years. And then if I had to pay a 25% on the gain, my God, I would not be a happy camper.
I'm already upset the federal tax we have to pay on our wholesale assignment. So guys, at the end of the day, the big issue is if this passes here, this could be a domino effect of other states that love regulation. I personally see Illinois, New York because it's the fallacy of us investors are the reason of the problems for everything.
Yeah.
I don't see it. But guys, I can tell you right now, contact your local Congress member when it comes to the state. If you live in California, this is going to be shot down pretty quick because you need 2/3 after reading that bill. But
get involved. Let them know what's going on, because if you're quiet, it's going to go through.
Write a letter. I'm telling you, this is where we can actually work with realtors.
Yeah.
We love demonizing realtors sometimes.
Would not.
Guys,
they would never support this because it would kill them. And remember, the purpose of this video is not a scare attack. We're just giving you facts. We're giving you the bill, what they've proposed. We need you to get active. We need you to get informed. There's a lot of you people in California. Let's not make this a scare tactic.
No, it's not a scare tactic. But guys, this probably isn't going to pass. I am just telling you right now, which is good. But we have to cut this off like right where it's starting, because it could get really bad. Like I've said, we've seen people like Bernie Sanders on their platform, like in 2020, like that was a big thing, a house flipping tax. This is the first time I've ever seen it go to a committee for a vote to actually possibly be passed. Yeah. This is stuff that, all politics aside, this will hinder us in wholesaling. And what political party are you and me? We are part of the Wholesaling Real Estate Party. Yeah. And that is going to stop our assignment fees. It's going to cut it off. There's loopholes around it. If this passes, we'll do a video around the loopholes around it. Guys, this will affect double closings. Like, there's no loophole around that. You're going to be cutting profits by 25%. Hedge funds are going to get out of it. I don't agree on this law at all. Let's stop it right now and get it going, guys. This is not a fear tactic, but this is stuff we have to be fighting against.
And guys, we're trying to bring awareness to it so we can at least get the education out there.
Yes.
And remember, this is not about wholesalers. If you're in California or wholesaler, let your landlords know. Let your rehabbers know. Let your fix and flips let your Airbnb people know. They're under attack. It's a crazy bill. It's a California bill. And I think if enough people get involved in the grassroots now, we can chop this thing out at the knees.
That's it, guys. So write your members of Congress. If you're watching this and you're thinking about voting for this, the real solution, honestly, is to build more affordable housing. Not to try to stop the demon investors and realtors actually investing in the communities. Create more affordable housing if you really want to change California. But I'm telling you, say no to this and get it going. Let's stop it. I want to educate you. The reason why we made this video is because we got a comment on our live stream the other day saying, due to here California is banning flipping houses. It's not a ban, it's a tax, but this will hinder a lot. Go out here, take action, power the people, and get it going. This is Zach Ginn.
It's Rick Ginn.
Subscribe, like this video, and we'll see you soon. Up-to-date information about wholesaling real estate investing, and all things real estate. See you guys soon. Have a blessed one.
Thanks, guys.